So guys, we're back. Probably not probably. We will be seeing the ending to Bryce's thing, Bryce's story, story class today. Yeah. I don't know. Again, this is one of those situations where I like with Anna, where if it's just dialogue choices that you do, because you can get Anna's good ending like first try. It just depends on whether or not you look at the note. I don't know if this is the same gonna be with Bryce. Like if Bryce, if you stay good with him the entire time, then it's Gucci. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see how that plays out today. So let's watch, or not watch. Fuck. So I don't know what happened. This is after what would this be? This is after the hatchery thing. After wow, my mind has completely blanked. Okay. You go to hatchery and it's like, hey, Razor took the eggs. But we got him back or something like that. Or no, he just took eggs. Something like that. And then, he's like, yeah, I'll help or something. I don't know. I'm assuming this is related to Bryce's ending. So we're gonna not give him the blood. Where did I get this blood? What is this blood from anyway? If you guys know, please tell me in the comments, because I don't remember. Isn't this the blood we gave to Anna? Or, yeah. Yeah, it is, right? So yeah, we're not gonna say anything. We'll do it if... I'm pretty sure this has to be related to the ending, right? So we're not gonna say anything yet. See how that plays out. And yeah. Alright, I got a message from Bryce. So, hey Risen, wanna meet up in Kosovo? Just the two of us. I just want to get out of my crummy temporary apartment. I'm sure we could think of some fun. Is he thinking what I'm thinking? It's probably gonna be Anna. Yeah. Anna. So, probably date with Bryce, yeah. Sucks that it's abandoned you, Anna, but at least you don't die to, well, you're something wrong. Never mind. Oh, that must be him. There you are, Risen. Hey, Bryce. I know you said you wanted to get out of that small apartment of yours, but I'm not sure if mine's much different. Well, I figured it was going to be anyway fun. And now that I'm seeing it from the inside, I have to say the council didn't do a bad job with it after all. I assume it's appropriate for someone with my status. Whereas Chief Police has to make do with whatever he can get. He said it was only temporary. It is, but I'm getting really sick of it, to be honest. I can imagine. Anyway, what's the plan? Plan? We gotta do something, right? If you want some entertainment, I could offer you a bookshelf full of it. Here, Sheridan and the Scepter of Sovereignty. They should be enough to last you a while. No thanks. I have enough fiber in my diet already. Suppose you're not a fan of reading then. Why would I visit you just to read some comic book? And besides, I do read from time to time. What do you read? Signs, menus, magazines. I don't think that counts. Maybe take a look around your apartment. Feel free, though I'm not sure if there's anything special about it. I'll watch with the music as Bryce headed for the kitchen. So that's what you're really looking for. Guess what? I found some. Show me one of the cheap bottles of wine that had been in the cupboard since I arrived. Why don't you raid the fridge while you're at it? No thanks. This will do for now. Oh, I get it. You want to play spin the bottle? Sure. We gotta empty it first. Assume you don't mean emptying it into the sink? Of course not. That'd be a terrible waste. Terrible waste of the second cheapest wine from the store. I don't know how humans are with this. I don't know how you humans are with this stuff like that. But here we don't throw away perfectly good things. I'm not sure this wine would qualify as perfectly good. Hey, at least it's not the absolute bottom of the barrel. Now, are you gonna help me with this or not? If I have to, no thanks, all yours. Sure. Let's get drunk again. Alright. Let's make it one glass for you and the rest for me. Think that's fair? If I had to guess, I'd say I weigh 5 to 10 times as much as you. So this is as fair as it's gonna get. If you say so. I opened the kitchen cabinet to find the appropriate vessel for Bryce. But when I turned to ask him about it, he had already opened the bottle and was suckling on it like a baby. Suppose that means I won't have to do any dishes. How's it taste? Like wine, I guess. Cheap wine. Besides, I thought you were more of a beer person. Hey, I take what I can get. A few moments later, the bottle had been emptied completely. I'm not sure if drinking like a dragon is a phrase, but if it isn't, it should be. Hey, I'm not. Not everyone can drink like me. I see. And now we can finally play Spin the Bottle. Don't we need more people for that? Damn, you're right. Now I drank all this for nothing. Somehow I think the whole spin the bottle thing just an excuse so you could drink the wine. What? I would never do such a thing. Of course not. Well, we can still play it with just us two. At that point, we wouldn't even need a bottle anymore. Come on, we're just such a funness? Funness? Yeah. Is that even a word? Way to relax. You should lighten up a bit. It's hard to lighten up given everything that's been happening here. If anything, it's just worse now than it's ever been. These actions are threatening our agreement, and with the survival of everyone I know back home. But what really takes a cake is that he may have it out for me because I'm helping all of you. You won't have this conversation right now. Alright, let's have it. Let's just let it all out. Yeah, why don't we talk about Maverick? He he may have had it out for me before. He may have had it out for me because he thinks I'm working with Reza. And me, I'm just here, right in the middle of this whole mess, just trying to make the best of it. You know you're the only one involved in the investigation because we need your help. You're only involved in the investigation because we need your help, right? I know. And I'm doing what I can, but that doesn't mean I'm making the situation any easier. You think I don't know that? You think I don't know? Can I read? You think I don't know that? Me, the one responsible for every action our police is taking in this matter. If you want to go ahead and blame someone, just blame me. I can take it. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying this whole situation is something I'm not very comfortable with. And whose responsibility is that, huh? However you look at it, it's me. I was the one who didn't listen to Maverick back when he had his suspicions about Reza. If we had acted then, this whole thing might not have spiraled out of control like it did. And despite what you might think about him, he was the one who found Reza's hideout, even after I forced him into the sick leave. We were practically at Reza's front door, and he still got away somehow. If I had done something different, we might have caught him. Let this be my official apology to you. I apologize for anything that might have done it wrong to anything I might have done wrong to you. I'm sorry for putting you through all this, and having to involve you in our work, while trying to fix this whole mess. Because in the end, well, this is all my responsibility. You don't need to apologize for anything. Throw the empty bottle against the wall on the other side of the room, where it's shattered into pieces. So what do you want from me, huh? I don't know. Do you think it's easy for me, seeing so many people die on my watch? Do you think I don't know? Do you think I don't keep asking myself the same questions? What could I have done differently? And if that would have made a difference? You'd think as chief, I'd be used to it by now. But I'm not. How could someone ever get used to this? It's my duty, you know. But I can't save them all. Never could. You've been to more than enough crimes by now. How have you remained so calm? Do all those who have died not matter to you? I'm sorry for making you look like a corpse on your very first day here. But you know I had to. Your help here has been invaluable. And it's not like I could ask anyone else. It's the same for me, really. Sure, they could ask someone else to be chief. But if I'm the one who's best suited for the job, who might reject it? Otherwise, I'd have to blame myself for every mistake the other chief made. Is that why you drink? It might come as a surprise, but actually, the alcoholic police chief used to be a huge stereotype in our world. Really? You wouldn't believe it. Actually, I do. The research about alcoholism in the police force is out there, but the general populace doesn't know about it. It's just all internal documents. Why don't people know? They don't want to know about unhappy things like that. Besides, they trust their chief. If they knew about it, maybe they'd start to have their doubts. I thought it was just common knowledge that you visit the bar fairly often enough that you're friends with the bartender. I don't know. Maybe they don't realize how it affects me. They see someone who can drink a lot and does it for fun. They don't realize what it means. What other stereotypes about the police are there in the world? They shoot other people that aren't their color. No. That is. Oh, I guess it came out in 2007. No, even then in 2007, it's always been an issue. I see. Well, alcoholism and suicide are both huge problems in the long run. Suicide? Yeah. If you have to deal with all these things on a daily basis, it can affect you in pretty bad ways. Everyone has their breaking point. We all just cope with it in our own different ways. Some do it better than others. That's why I'm worried about Maverick right now, and why I wish you'd known him as long as I have. You think he's at his breaking point? He's taking this whole race situation very personally, and I'm just worried about him, you know? It's just like I'm worried about everything else until we can sort out this whole mess. It's personal for me, too. No matter what you may think about Maverick, or what he may think of you, he still found Reza's hideout, which led to the generators. I guess you have both helped a lot in this investigation. My point with all this is, we're not a very tight-knit group at the police station. Me, Sebastian, Maverick, Naomi. Have I ever seen Naomi? I don't know. The bond we form on the job is how we know to look out for each other. And I can tell you, there's nothing else quite like it. What do you think? How many more do have to die before Suffers death? Probably you and Maverick in bad endings. Mostly Maverick. He does a lot, which is sad. If I think he's more dangerous now than he's ever been before. You know how much that depends on how this all turns out. When that happens, I'm just glad to have known you. Remember when I told you about the wooden models I'm making? I never told anyone else about that. As much as I like everyone at the department, it's just not something I can talk with them about. You saw us at the BBQ. I'd never hear the end of it. Sorry about the bottle, by the way. I'd clean it up, but don't worry about it. It was empty anyway. Heh, that's the resin I like. Oh, you wouldn't believe what happened with the mirror at work. What did? I hated your advice and told her the truth. Details, Bryce. Give me everything. Well, the day before yesterday, she tried everything again. Complained about her back pain and to get a massage and asked me if I didn't want to settle down eventually. At some point, I had enough and just told her outright I'm not interested in her. For your own sake, I hope you weren't too harsh. Hey, you said I should tell the truth, so I did. What did you say? Just that I noticed her clear attempts at wooing me, and I'm not interested. That's all. How did she react? Not much. She just looked at me and said, "Oh, I see." That's all. Yeah, she stopped with comments after that. Guess that's not so bad then. Well, not really. Now she's having me do all kinds of stupid things, like guard the outside of her office door for hours on end. Maybe she's still worried about Reza. The building has its own security, so it's pretty clear that she's just doing it to get back at me for rejecting her. She's really good at hiding it, though. I've never been able to prove it. You won't have to be with her for much longer. Yeah, but I guess she'll just keep wasting my time until it's over. At least you tried to do the right thing. Yeah. I'm gonna ask you something. Go ahead. If I told you that I'm a time traveler from the future, what would you say? Time travel? Isn't that something that just happens in bad science fiction novels? Also, this dialogue. It's cropped up before. I think in Anna's? I don't know. Does this dialogue only happen if you get an ending first? I'd imagine it would, right? Yeah, it has to, because otherwise they just come out of nowhere. Well, I guess a lot of stuff comes out of nowhere in this game. Why only bad science fiction novels in particular? Don't you think there could be a good one? Well, let's just say all science fiction novels, because they're all bad. Huge generalization aside, what if we are in a science fiction story, and time travelers are real? I want to see some proof first. That's not something you come across every day, after all. What if I confided to you as a friend? You still have to show me proof, or else I'd call you out on the joke. What if I was serious? Well, that's pretty far up. That's the only thing someone would make up to scam people for the money, or something like that. Alright, let's forget about time travelers. What if I told you there's another human here besides Raisin and me? This is getting weird, Raisin. Just entertain me for this question. Well, unless you had some proof, I'd call you crazy. Remember with law enforcement, aren't you supposed to follow up on every report? Yes, but that doesn't mean we have to believe everything. If there's no proof, we'll never look for proof. Wait, if there's no proof, we'll look for proof. If we don't find some, well, without any proof or leads to follow, there's nothing we can do anyway. I see. By the way, when you said Sebastian went to the farmhouse to go up the Reza, you just left me alone with Maverick in the same room. I did. Yeah, I was right there for a few seconds. Don't worry about him. You should know not to worry about it, because he made the time traveler comments, so you know he's, like, boy number one, but whatever. You mentioned that you had a talk with him about a week ago, and that it didn't end badly for you then. He might be scary, but I didn't think that you need to be afraid of him. Okay, so the blood is for his good ending. Could I save there? He's got a strong sense of justice, so he wouldn't do anything to you without a good reason. Question is whether you or I would find those reasons good too. Seriously, don't worry about him. Don't base your opinions of him solely on that incident at the portal. Do you really think he's wrong to suspect Reza when Reza went on to go do the things he's done? When we talked to Amira, she pointed out that the incident could have caused this whole mess. No matter his reasons, do you really think you want to defend Reza's actions like that? I don't know. This sucks for everyone involved, so let's just focus on getting things done when on the job and not let it consume us elsewhere. Maybe you're right. What's outside? Fireworks? Yeah, let's be at the summer festival. You want to get out of your apartment and rather go to the festival. I'd rather go to the festival. You came here. The festival isn't really anything special for me anymore. Seen once in a while. Besides, it's usually more a thing for families, really. I see. Are those fireworks? Are those the fireworks people you're talking about? No, they fireworks shows everything. Nobody really cares about the first couple days. It's only on the last day when they bring out the big ones. I usually watch those. Oh, so if there's big explosions, then you care? Yeah, well, it's a big tradition here. Maybe even an ideological one. You know, everyone in the whole town united under the stars, watching beautiful fireworks. It's a thing. You've been telling me for the last few days how I should... last few days how I just have to see them. You know, I kinda owe it. You kinda owe it to us as an ambassador to take part in a cultural event like that. I'm gonna go anyway, so you don't need to convince me. Like I would be. I know all the good viewing spots. Most of the popular ones are usually super crowded, and we probably want to avoid those. I can't really promise anything right now, but I'll keep it in mind. Well, you got my number, so let me know as soon as you can. Sure thing. You know, these fireworks are also like often a couple thing. I'm not surprised. I can set the mood for a romantic evening. Well, they're still going on outside right now. Are you saying you want to go outside and watch? No. I'm saying we should take this conversation elsewhere, namely the bedroom. The bedroom here is nothing special, I can assure you that. Well, it is better than one I have right now. You know, when you slept over last time, we shared the couch. I took it as a sign. It didn't mean anything to you, or was it just two friends sharing a couch that was clearly too small for two people who just wanted to stay as friends? It didn't mean what you thought it meant. It meant exactly what you thought it meant. It didn't mean anything, but we can still make this a romantic evening. Yeah, it didn't mean anything you thought it meant. No, it meant exactly what you thought. I'll make this a little more romantic then. Share a glass of wine and see where the evening takes us. I should have another bottle in the kitchen. I'll go fetch it. Sure thing. I went to the kitchen to fetch a bottle of wine and two appropriate vessels, wondering how Bryce would manage a wine glass. I returned to the kitchen, however, I was met with an unexpected sight. Can you reject this? Yes, let's just scream and reject. No. Oh my. Bryce sprang to his feet. He's somewhat embarrassed look on his face. What is it? No, that's fine. Don't stop. That's something you see before, dear, huh? Not like that. Oh, then? Especially with my kind of... They are, well, you can see what I mean. Mm-hmm. Do you want to stand there or keep staring? No. Then why don't you come a little closer? Alright. Another free day. Yay me. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna move on to the ending. So guys, I called over Bryce for the ending. Must be him. I hope you're ready to see the fireworks, because I brought everything we need. Part of them was a open basket that is close to the top. Reminded me of a lot of typical picnic basket. Wow, I'm not even going to try to redo that one. What are we talking about? Snacks, and other things. You'll see. Let's go then. A few minutes of walking, we arrived at a rather empty-looking area near the edge of town. Where's everyone else? I thought the whole population was watching the fireworks. Well, there are more public spaces, but someone like you would be pushed around a lot in the crowds. Besides, I think you'd appreciate the solitude. You say so. The fireworks should start any minute now. You hungry? You can grab some from the fun basket. Fun basket? That's what I call it. I don't know snacks were that much fun for you. They certainly can be. Besides, there are other things in the side as well. Oh, I think it's starting. Very quietly, it's a stillness night enveloped us. Soon I heard the sound of the first rocket. Ink swing across the sky, which exploded in color patterns. And then dialogue repeats itself. You remember what happened last time there were fireworks? Is that what the fun basket is for? Actually, no. Not unless you feel adventurous. Or outside. That's pretty adventurous, I'd say. See yourself. I opened the basket, feeling around in it with one's claws. Feeling around in it with one of his claws. Meanwhile, my gaze wandered to the illuminated night sky. Suddenly, a terrible realization hit me. Considering how public of an event this was, it means Rezo is at the portal. Or not at the portal, he's under the ground, and no one would hear him. And he has the eggs near the portal. But it's okay because Sebastian's not dead. Bryce, I think we need to go now. What? Do you want to take this out someplace else? I know where it is. What are you talking about? Are you sure? I bet my life on it. We have no time to lose. Let's go. Ooh, I wonder how this dialogue would play out if Sebastian's dead. Well, not that I can check that. Not that I want to check that. Just interesting thoughts. I heard the portal a few minutes later. While I checked the portal itself, I stepped down the area. I was glad to see it was still turned on. Had it been used recently, it would have still been running or in the process of recharging. But it's still here somewhere. Just look at this. What is it? Eggs. Suitcase full of them. So I broke into the hatchery again. Looks like it. He hasn't used the portal yet, though. How could he? Isn't it broken? Not anymore. Looks like someone repaired it. Then he must be close. But where is he? Why is it so important that he won't leave? Near the ground building. I mean, sure, I told me all about the prowess of the generators within. It probably hadn't been hard for Reza to guess the same, or to try stealing it from a place he knew would be even more deserted than the rest of the village was right now. That must be it. So, what do we do now? We go away from here, but I think... Oh, I think I got an even better idea. Plan. What is it? Let's just do it like I said. You go in first, I'll stay behind out of sight. If you beat him, you can confront him and maybe talk him down. But if he tries to flee, he'll still have to get through me first. Alright, let's go. Bryce led me into the dig site where he had unearthed the building entry. Once we got near, he stayed behind and motioned for me to go forward. He slowly followed me, trying to stay in cover as I entered the building. Maybe I could. Simon Bryce is standing next to me. Now you're doing the two cards, Horizon. No, Reza, you did. I was willing to talk this out. Alright, game's over. He pulled out his gun, not sure which of us he should be aiming at. Your 6 was a heavy should be not to kill, did you? I'd be so sure of that. You think you're going on that, Reza? Do you think it's worth risking your life for? I've risked my life every day for the past 2 weeks. What have you been doing at that time? Sip champagne and that's the problem. Besides, it's the generator, and the whole building came from out of town. It belonged to humanity. So make sure came out of the shadows in the hallway behind Reza. No, they belong to me. The used Reza spun around, aiming his gun at the newcomer who slowly was walking toward them. Who the fuck are you? Please, what's the phrase? I want to show you what's your on me. Feel free. You can't stop all of us. You say so. And he stopped us multiple times, but he pulled the trigger and he made sure it fell to the ground with a dull thud that knocked her mask off. I swear your hair color keeps changing. My first instinct was to run away, but as Bryce started charging, so did I. Reza aimed at Bryce. It took 4 shots before he stumbled and fell. Then Reza aimed at me. But he dove behind the box with the generator for cover, as if Reza pulled the trigger multiple times. How he pulled it multiple... Yeah, only a single shot came out, and lodged itself in the box. No AI was seemingly unharmed, but not his emanated from the cover. I thought, run... Blood risen. It's going to explode. Immediately, Reza and I ran towards the exit. Getting speed, he pushed me, and I fell to the ground as he ran outside. As I got up, I saw Bryce still lying in the same spot. What about you? I can't move. Just go. It'll be any second now. I ran as fast as I could. As I was about to reach outside, I looked back over my shoulder, just in time to see Bryce throw himself on the box before it exploded. That was my heart breaking. was a rain of small debris as I heard the walls on the building shaking in their foundation. So midway through the portal, I saw Reza fumbling with his gun as Maverick pounced on him. He bit into Reza's neck, and I strained for a second before ripping a large chunk out of it. Reza wasn't moving when Maverick walked off and came towards me. Where's Bryce? He was inside. Threw himself on the generator before it exploded. His face contorted into an expression of pain and anger I hadn't seen before. I couldn't let him, you know. I couldn't trust. I knew I couldn't trust you when you came here. His blood is on your hands because you got involved in matters. You're pointless, Charles. You're never on our side. It was your fight that brought. It was your fight that brought you here. All of us got involved in our world, your battlefield, our people, the casualties. And you still pretend that you were just trying to help us. It was Bryce himself asking me for help. He would have. He wanted to. Don't tell me what he would have wanted. He was the only reason you are still breathing. The portal's over here. I'll give you this one chance to leave. If you refuse, I'll kill you. Alright. He accompanied me to the portal, never leaving my side. When we arrived, I remembered there was something they needed to know before I left. Wait, the comment. You need to listen. So I with his claws wrapped in my neck and tightened its grip until it was cutting off my airways. I said you one more chance. One more demon, and you're dead. Do you hear me? Let me go and shove me towards the portal's controls. I tried to figure out its interface. Only one set of the corners presented themselves to me, which I confirmed. Noticeably, I took myself in the middle of the portal. Mark's gaze never left me as the portal did its start routine, and I thought about what would happen now. I was going to be the one who would have to tell humanity that Reza. To tell humanity what happened. That Reza was dead, and I escaped with nothing but my own life. I was sure the welcome I was to receive would not be a warm one. This mission had been a last-ditch effort on humanity's part to save our slowly dying city. For all my efforts, not only had I gained nothing, but I also had lost the P.28s I had given to the dragons. Considering our city's failure, I could only guess that whatever other cities remained had limited time as well. At this rate, humanity was doomed. On the other hand, all those who knew about the danger of the comet in the dragon's world were either gone or dead. Maverick would no doubt tell his own side of the story of how he stopped both Reza and I, who he held accountable for the deaths that had occurred. Maybe he would be hailed as a hero for stopping Reza, but proved wrong a few weeks later when the comet would strike. Alright, well, at least it wasn't an extremely depressing ending. So you'll probably see a cut soon. Welcome back. You haven't realized it yet. This is the day of your arrival in this world. Who are you? I can't remember anything. It's fine if you don't. Actually, this may be better for both of us. I don't know if we've met before, or if this is just the effect of teleportation. By the way, it doesn't matter. Come on. Remy will pick you up soon. And there will be something else we need to take care of first. Is it the body of Reza that we took in that one ending? You've seen Bryce's bad ending. I also realize a lot of the date pass in this game are not flyers. But yeah. Bad ending. See a cut. Will you see a cut? You know what? No, we're not doing cuts. What we're doing is this. Wow, look at that. Magic. And we're gonna give Bryce the blood. No. Maverick, whose voice is ever changing. Wait. He stopped and waited for a few seconds. What do you want from me? Yeah. Do you have something against humans or in general, or is it just Reza and me? Do you think think you are superior to us because of your wings, and your teeth and claws, your fire? Or are you just jealous, or is it just jealousy, or project tape? I know the first day I met you, you were all hung up on people paying attention to us, because we're human. I can assure you, there's nothing about us to be jealous about. Our world is a wasteland. He closed the door, but before he turned back around to face me.
You're really paying the innocent role, aren't you? Now you're offering yourself as a bargaining chip for Rizzo. At this rate, even I might start to believe you if I didn't have reason not to.
If I were with Reza, it would have been much easier for me to pull a gun on you, too. The day you were shot. But I didn't bring one with me when I came to the portal.
Possible deniability. Or, as we like to say, good cop, bad cop. If Razor plan fails, you and the rest of the community can disavow Razor's actions at his own, and so go through with the trade as agreed. A Razor will be dealt with, however. Yet if Razor's plan succeeds, you will have given us nothing, and still have gained what you wanted.
If Razor got away, you still have me, though. You still have me, though.
If your world is wasteland, don't you think he'd lose? Don't you think? Wow. Do you think losing you is a price they would gladly pay?
Alex' word made me think. Did I really have the complete picture before I stepped through the portal? I guess I'd explain why I got this job in the first place.
Besides, he's only stole the things he wants, so it's clear. So he's clearly not just doing this for himself.
His actions only started after that conversation with you. Though, maybe none of this was planned.
Don't be stupid. Do you think I have forgotten about the secret message he sent you?
I still don't know what he would have told me that day if you hadn't interrupted us.
He wanted to discuss his plans with you. Only after I found out that about the secret message he sent you did I realize that all the messages sent back and forth between the portals could have been very similar, even before your arrival. When the police searched Razor's apartment, of course, none of these old letters could be found.
Those did not have any secret messages.
Is that so?
None that I knew of, at least. When he sent me that secret message, I initially had no idea how to read it.
But you knew it was a secret message?
Yes.
But that is not true for the messages he sent. But that is not true for the messages he sent before you came to the portal?
I don't think so.
Maybe those messages weren't intended for you, then.
We're not that different, you know.
What are you talking about?
I reached into my pocket. I saw that. I don't know how long it's been. I pulled out a wrinkled piece of paper and showed it to him. According to these test results, humans and dragons show remarkable similarities for different species from different evolutionary lines, and completely different worlds. I'm so glad I went with Anna first. Okay. I would have not guessed that on my own.
Why do you think I care about that? It wouldn't make a damn difference to me if the dragons came to the portal instead of humans. I was the one who followed Razor and knew something was off. But all of my concerns were swept away in the wind. It was never about you being humans. It was about my people not hearing my pleas, and the leniency they were willing to show you, all in the name of fostering this diplomatic relationship. But you two came here and strutted about, like you owned the place. As you tore my home apart, the blood of those who died is on your hands, of everyone who allowed this to happen. If they listened to me in the first place, maybe I'd have caught Razor that day. I was wounded, and things would have looked... Maybe they would have caught Razor the day I was wounded, and things would have looked very different now.
I agree.
Then why do you blame me for suspecting you?
All this time, I've just been helping the police.
So have I. Maybe they can finally catch Razor, and we'll see how this turns out. Wait a minute. You had Anna perform this test on you?
It's the other way around. She was the one who wanted to save my blood.
Suddenly, I'm not surprised. They had these tests done. She can be ruthless when it comes to something. What did she do to get your blood?
She asked nice for it. Laughing sound effect.
She asked nicely. Nothing else in this world right now could be worth more than your samples of your blood, and you just gave them to her. You know what? Maybe I was wrong. Even if humanity had cooked up a crazy plan, and if they were willing to sacrifice either of you for their own gain, maybe you really have nothing to do with it. Maybe you are just clues. It doesn't really matter much, though. After all, you have nothing to gain from me if I change my point of view. To me, proof is the only thing that really matters, so my feeling on the issue are not important. If you work for the police long enough, you just want to take things as they are. Maybe with you, I'll have to admit that I was wrong. But I won't ever stop looking for those who are responsible for this. And if I find them, I'll show no mercy.
And I wait for Bryson's passion. And then this is the farm scene, so probably gonna cut to when something exciting happens. Alright guys, this is because I talked to Maverick, so we're going to, why is my knee hollow? Weird. Okay, anyway. When we were alone, well, he had the opportunity to talk, where he made his position very clear. He threatened you. No, I was honest with him, and in turn, I think he was honest with me as well. Oh, really? Yeah, I had nothing to hide. If he was willing to talk, I was going to turn down the opportunity. How'd that go? I don't think he suspects me as much anymore. Guess leaving you alone with him wasn't such a bad idea after all. Suppose I could say so. I just did. Oh my god. Then I was just gonna skip so I can just skip over this embarrassing situation. Because look, new card. Hey, Tonguebat. Oh wait. Yeah, you killed the dragons. Hey, Tonguebat. I didn't kill anyone. Don't lie to me. You did it. I remember now. What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. Are you telling me you weren't the one who stole the generators and those other things those past 2 weeks? Yeah, I was in hiding. After all that happened at the portal, I didn't dare do anything that could jeopardize the mission. Then why don't you just come back? How could I? They want to arrest me. I was a fugitive. I was surprised that they didn't apprehend you. What? Didn't you? You knew what to run to shot when the police officers. Come on, Riza. Those murders only start happening after you're gone. And the police had gathered plenty of evidence. You're the only one with the motive. What I did this whole time was start finding ways to contact you, so you could talk to other people and try to figure something out for me. Why would I escalate the situation like that? Besides, how do you know so much about the police? What the police are doing? Have I dealt with them? Because you're going about this the wrong way. I didn't get it. You kidding me? They have proof, Riza. I've seen it. Just turn yourself in and we'll go there from there. Nobody can help you if you don't do that. Okay, well, I do know for a fact you killed Sebastian, but the other ones are a little sussy because... No. He did kill the other ones, because he did fight back, right? And I think in the first ending with Adine, the bad one, or I guess anyone, he confirms that he did get attacked. Or he was hurt from that first dragon. So... Okay, so it's not a switchy do-a-woo-y situation. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell myself in for something I didn't do. None of these beasts. Who knows what they'll do to someone like me in captivity. How else do you expect this to end? I'm not doing anything until I've got to a free pass back home. Actually, I could disable this better now. Photo's fixed and all. That's not gonna happen. Maybe ask your own thing. Not exactly. Why do you plan on stopping me? I'm the one with the gun here. You would shoot me to save your own hide? Why do you insist on standing in my way? You're not gonna get away that easily. What are you gonna do now? It'll be a long time before you call the cops. I don't need to, Reza. I'm already here. So I'm Bryce and Maverick were standing next to me. No, you're supposed to come around, you fools! Why, you planned this, didn't you, Horizon? Traitor! I think I'd let you distract me with such a cheap trick. Just because I thought there was a thread of demanding within you. But I was gone, not sure which of us you should be aiming at. Just let me go. I don't forget it ever happened. Got 6 bullets of 3 people. You really think you can do that, Reza? You think it's worth risking Rack for? Oh, but it's got a life on us every day for the last 2 weeks. What have you been doing? Shipping some. You've been shipping champagne. Oh. Besides, this generator's in the whole building. Came for a long time. They belong to him, aren't they? I think basically it's gonna come out of the shadows and get shot because they're kind of stupid. Right? Yeah, you're gonna shoot him. Right in the neck. Oh, wait, it was the belly because, yeah. I like this music though. Pretty rockin'. I first think it was a runaway, but as Bryce and Maverick started charging, so did I. Bryce was quick with his aim, shooting both Maverick and Bryce twice before pointing his gun in my direction. I quickly dove behind the box with the generator, recovered just as Reza pulled the trigger multiple times. My swinging shot came out and lodged itself into the box. Though I was seemingly unharmed, a loud hiss began emanating from my cover. Oh, everybody run, it's going to explode. I started running towards the exit, and was soon overtaken by Reza and Maverick. I looked back over his shoulder to see Bryce grab the administrator before he started running as well. Just as I reached outside, the explosion knocked me off my feet. There's a rain of small debris. Debris. Not debris or debris. As I heard the walls of the building shaking in the foundation. As I looked up, I saw Reza fumbling for his gun as Maverick bounced on him. He bent to raise his neck and strained for a second before ripping a large chunk out of it. Razor wasn't moving when Maverick walked over towards me.
Raise Bryce.
I looked back towards the entrance, which was now mostly blocked by debris. I must still be inside.
What are you waiting for? Come on.
Ran towards the rubble, only to see the Administrator crawling through a small hole as she moved the last bits of debris that separated her from the outside world. Afterwards, she lay down, panting heavily. Water began to trickle from a new opening. It's water pockets. The building must be flooded.
And he's outside. I'll clear the wall. Away the rubble. You try to find him.
We all set to work as I stuck my head into the hole, just as the Administrator had crawled out of. The place was flooded completely, but luckily, even through the water, I could see Bryce as he also tried to clear away the rubble from the other side. Quickly, I pulled my head out of the hole. He's on the other side, trying to get through.
Who knows how long he's been underwater? Give us a
I took a deep breath before I went in again. I extended my arm to grab Bryce's muzzle. Luckily, he seemed to understand what I was going for and moved within reach. I pressed my lips to his muzzle, giving him some much needed air. Okay, I always see this in like video games and stuff. Is this true? Because isn't it mostly going to be carbon dioxide? I drew back, repeating the same process a few times while Maverick cleared away the rubble, until eventually Bryce surfaced, panting heavily. Are you alright? Yes. I was going to wait for a bit before the empty water buckets cave in or something. Maverick carried the Administrator while we went uphill towards the portal. When I came across Razor's corpse, I took the time to strip him of his gun and ammo, not wanting the dragons to find them. Suspicious. Meanwhile, the Administrator was on the ground, and Bryce checked out everyone's injuries. Luckily, it seemed both Bryce's and Maverick's were comparatively minor and didn't need immediate attention. The Administrator was not so lucky, however. She squirmed as Bryce moved her clothes out of the way to get a good look at her bullet wound.
No, don't.
As I returned to them, I heard Bryce audibly gasping. Damn it. Oh, is it bad? Bryson, do you remember the first victim? The blood on his muzzle. The blood on his muzzle from fighting back was neither yours nor Riz's, but it was distinctly human. I thought it was an error. Our DNA tests were incompatible. But Riza doesn't have a matching bite wound from him. She does. Wait. I could have sworn he confirmed it, because he had to bandage himself, because he was attacked. From a dragon. I remember that clearly. So you're saying if you go with Bryce, the murderer changes? Huh. I considered the implications of Bryce's words. Whereas Reza usually didn't hesitate to admit to killings to reach his goal he thought noble, he had denied any such actions. Yeah, see? Of course, there was no use arguing the evidence before us. This could only mean one thing. Why did you do it, Izumi? Why'd you kill them? He did kill them, He did kill them, just not in this time. If you can remember my name now, then you should know. Then you should also remember what else he would have done. How he would enslave them to those weapons back in the future, and how he doesn't care what happens to this world. I had to do it in order to put you on the same trail he would have. If I had come to you during the first night, I tried to explain to you that I am a time traveler, but to kill in order to prevent a suffering that is magnitude greater, genocide, suffering. Would you still believe me? You could have known that, sometimes. Even Razor can change. Even if you kill anyone, there would be no investigation, and you wouldn't have known how dangerous he is when he shows his true colors. You just saw that even in this scenario, he wouldn't have shy away from shooting others to get what he wants. Besides, I didn't want to risk jeopardizing our experience by changing things. It could erase all the progress we have made and the things we've learned over the many times we've done this now. If I didn't shove you out of the way in the cellar when the light fixtures came down, you would have died there and then. That's what would have happened that's what happened the first few times. There's a lot of trial and error involved to get where we are now. You wouldn't believe the things I had to go through every single time, and the consequence if we don't. You could not have followed the same path. You could not have followed the same path you arrived here if I didn't kill them. The fact that you remembered that it was originally written
who did it only proves just how important this is. Only if the events stay the same long enough will you be able to learn from them and remember, despite the effects the repeating teleportations have on your memory. This only tells me that I made the right call.
If Riz had nothing to do with it, then what? Then what was he doing when he was trying to take the generator?
Possibly no, he thought came from you. They said to meet here and take the generator before we leave together. He played his part well enough, so you couldn't tell the difference.
So he really did think I planned all this. That I lured him here to have him arrested by Bryce and Maverick.
For all he's done, I think he deserves to know what betrayal feels like.
I've listened to this.
I've listened to this long enough now. It was you, and that's all that matters to me.
No, Maverick, don't do it. I'll tell you.
I'll tell you apart.
Bryce tried to get between them, but Maverick aimed his shoulder squarely into Bryce's bullet wound. Ow. Bryce collapsed, convulsing in pain as Maverick pounced on Izumi and tore into her. Meanwhile, I fired a few bullets into the gun. I put a few bullets into the gun I took from Reza before I aimed at Maverick and pulled it.
No!
Maverick collapsed instantly and looked at me with a pained expression. Beneath him lay Izumi, dead.
Why?
He was trembling and took a few slow steps towards me, only stopping when I aimed a gun at him. Stop right there.
She killed him, and you protect her.
We needed her.
I told you I'd show no mercy if I found the killer. Just when I thought I could trust you. I should have done you, Jimmy, just like Chris did.
No, it's not like that.
And why?
I don't think I can explain. He shook his head weakly.
Thanks for proving me right, Harrison. Do you remember when I confronted you a while back? You asked me to explain your reasons. You told me you both just came as an ambassador and nothing more.
He gave a weak chuckle as the trail of blood slowly ran from one corner of his muzzle.
What an interesting ambassador you turned out to be.
His head slumped as his eyes, as he closed his eyes. He was dead. Okay, that was totally unnecessary. Hey Bryce, I'm afraid I've got some pretty bad news for you. What is it? We were able to power the portal again, even without the generators in the lab, but we still couldn't reestablish contact with humanity. Why not? Ever since the portal got sabotaged and was repaired, the coordinates, the connection to man's portal, it just isn't there anymore. Can't you locate it again? We don't know how. We found a different set of coordinates in the for some reason, we aren't able to use them. I know, only I can. Therefore, traveling back in time to the day of my arrival. I guess you really are a time traveler, huh? Now that you know everything, that really shouldn't be surprising you. What are you gonna do now? Well, I guess returning to humanity is out of the picture. It's either it's staying here or using the portal to return to the day you arrived. All this time travel stuff is too complicated for me. Izumi had it all figured out. I'm wondering what she would think about this outcome. All she ever wanted was to save you dragons. Just like Ereza only wants to save humanity. Neither shied away from good people, so maybe you shouldn't look at them as pillars of morality. Either way, I'm not sure if you really had much of a choice here. They don't actually know if they can stop the comet. Of course they'll try, but without the generators from the lab, it's not very far. That's right. It did kind of go kablooey, didn't it? I initially came here to help humanity, but if I go back with what I know now, maybe I can help you too. Anyway, it was nice about a lesson. Hey, no need for melancholy now. It's not as if we're not going to see each other again. Soon I was preparing to return to the day of my arrival. Despite her actions, Izumi had made a good point. Thinking about the knowledge I had now, I realized just how important it was to remember and how it could help me during my next attempt. No doubt the teleportation would erase my memory again, but I could think of a few ways to retain some knowledge. Not only did I take my own written account of what happened with me, but there were also physical reminders that I could bring to remember, such as Izumi's mask and cloak. Oh, so this is how I become the administrator. With her gone, I was now the one with the most experience. So when I went to the portal, I realized that in order to make this mission a success, save everyone, this time I would have to save myself. Alright. So, now with Remy's ending, we're probably going to learn why we've taken, Reza, or what we're going to do with Reza. And, yeah. Right? Yeah, that's how it'll go. Because that's it, that's the one loop that's missing, right? Because in the, Adine's ending, the good ending, you learn that you are administrator. You don't really need the details for that. This gives you the details for that, but you don't really need to learn the details for that. So that ties up that loose ending. Norums is where we learn about the taking Reza back. This one in your Bryce's bad ending. We learned that when I go back in time, I'm needed for something. I don't know what though. So yeah, Remy's is gonna be the center to all this and the last one. So we'll see how that goes. You've seen Bryce's good ending. Alright, well. I think that'll do it for this time. Predictions. Remy will be here. Or he will be there. Or there. No, I'm gonna say over here, yeah. Because it's pretty empty here. I don't think they want to put him off to the side. Well, I guess they did with you. But I don't know. This area's just been pretty empty. But then again, do they want to block the portal? I don't know. Maybe he will be here. Okay, we should stop with this game. Okay. Yeah, this will do it for this episode. Next time we'll be going with Remy. For once and all. So, hope you guys enjoyed. See y'all next time.